His hands are creating right now, and in the beginning, his hands were creating. His hands took what was nothing and made it into a being. His hands took what was formless and made it more seeming. Darkness covered the earth, so he embodied the light inside of good. Let there be light to be shed on every ounce of what's misunderstood. His hands don't make mistakes. They restore, replenish, renew, and retake every piece of purpose that the unbeliever accredited to fate. God called the light morning, and the darkness he called night. Let weeping be for evening and the sunrise and every plight. He created plants and creatures, and then he created man. Subdue the earth and multiply it. I've put authority in your hands. These hands. These hands were made to hold the power to reach what's intangible. But we fail to realize that these hands are not infallible. How could they carry the weight of our sin if his hands were so intelligible? Even with grace and mercy, these hands were made for more than they can handle. So get a handle on these hands that have been put in places they should not have been, intimately caressing the face of sin, trying to cover up things that he can still see, breaking bread and holding hands with the enemy. But his hands picked up the dirt and molded the form of the womb. With the ability to stretch and grow, your blessings make room for you. But it's abnormal for fruit to not grow with the womb. If it doesn't swell and stretch, that fruit is the fruit of the doom. But his hands gave these hands the strength and endurance to help them maintain. But instead of going against the sifter, these hands went against the grain. Instead of praying, praising, and pressing in submission, these hands lifted in defeat and gave in to fleshly ambition. But his hands placed a gift inside of these hands called repentance. One of the greatest creations ever created was forgiveness. Now all of creation waits in expectation for the children of God to take their place. Inside of these hands is the power of creativity, so tell me, how much longer will creation have to wait?